Okay, I'm going to install this oil pressure sending adapter from Damon Motorsports on the Mazdaspeed today. So first we're going to find our length. We're going to put the hose together. Install this finger tight to the vise. Put that in there. I like to put a little bit of oil on the fitting to help that hose go on. Push this all the way down. Wow! You gotta push the hose on all the way until you can barely spin this. There we go. That is tight. A little pressure. Okay, one down. Okay, so now we're going to wrap the threads on the fitting we just installed with the provided Teflon tape. You don't want to cover the opening at all. Just like that. And we'll put this into the T-fitting. You don't have to be too tight, but we'll go back to the vise with the wrench. Put this back in the vise. Should be good. Then what we're going to do is our factory one is going to go in here. This guy will go here. We're going to take him onto the outside. So the reducer we'll put some Teflon tape on him. Now these centers have a little tiny hole in here. Be sure not to get no Teflon tape on that end. Like that. Now if you don't have a vise, you could probably still do this. You'll have to hold the T-fitting block, but it's going to be more difficult. That should be good. So this is what we got. So now I'll go out to the car, take the factory sender out, find the length of hose we need, and go from there. Alright, so this is the factory oil pressure sender. I think they just use this for the light on the dashboard. We're going to take that connector off, take that off, and that's where our new fitting is going to plug into. The hose will come across here. We'll tie it off somewhere over here. The wire looks like it would be long enough to use, so this clip. This thing is stuck on there. Ah, safety glasses, gentlemen. There we go. So it's stuck on that a little bit. You can see all the dirt and shit on there. That's good. Keep our wire out of the way. Alright. Now, let's see. We'll remove the sensor. Okay. Does everybody see that? No oil coming out. So I would say you don't have to drain your oil to change this. Or install. We'll cut our hose right about there. And we'll install our new fitting. So here's the length we're going to need. Cut that. So they give you enough hose, so that's good. Summer can't get here quick enough. Okay. So we put the factory sender in there. That's how it'll look in the car. We'll tighten her down, and then we'll put our fitting on. These don't have to be real tight. You want them snug and a little turn. I think they say 12 to 15 foot-pounds. What I should have done is not put this fitting in all the way with the Teflon tape, so I could put this fitting in there to support that better, but this will work. Just got to be careful with the threads. Or not the threads, the hex nut to tighten that. Put a little bit of oil on there to help the hose go on. Now, before you guys put your last fitting on, they give you the 2 hose clamps. Put those on first, otherwise it'll be a pain in the butt later. Perfect. Oof. Alright guys, so we'll fish this down in there. Just above the clutch Y, where the bleeder is. We're going to let that sit there. We'll go underneath and screw that in. You know what? The instructions from Damon Motorsports, they did it on an automatic 2.3 Mazda 3, which is okay. So, yeah, we're going to take this slave cylinder off to get room to screw that in, and then I want to check the clearance on the hose on this thing. I have to put some protective sheeting on that. Alright. Alright guys, what I ended up doing was taking that T-fitting end off. It was fighting me every which way to get this thing screwed in here. So I would say just put your hose on first. There's plenty of room up top to put that T-fitting on. That should be good. And then there's my hose clamp I left loose. The reason for that, I didn't know how tight it was in here. Which it's tight. Alright. I'm going to put this loom on here to protect this hose as soon as I get the other clamp. And I'm going to tie this up here like this. Out of the way. Slip this protective loom on here. Do is turn it so the opening is not there. Slave silver back on. Okay, we're done under here. There's a factory plug. Actually, I'm going to zip tie that right up there. Out of the way, everything's good. Alright, that's laying on the rubber. I think that's a good spot for it. Hook up my wires. Okay guys, so the last step is I connected my ground wire to the sender. Connect the wire I ran when I did the gauge install to the other end. Put the washer on, the lock washer. Okay, let's fire this up, see if the oil pressure works, see if our work paid off. And it works. outside and we'll check for leaks. And I don't see any leaks. Reinstall the belly pan and we'll be all set.